Hello, beautiful souls. Lori Reising here, star channeler, transformational coach, and sacred guide. Happy Cancer New Moon. Happy softening, expanding, and ascending. Ooh, it's coming from the heart. Oh, it's happening, y'all. It is happening. I'm so excited. I mean, the shifts that are happening in all of my communities and containers are off the spiritual hook. Like, this is why we put in the work. This is why we come back time and again in the belief, in the trust, and in the knowingness that we will get there. We will transmute those old imprints, we'll transform those wounds. We're disrupting the lineage patterns. And this is the ascension point. This is the liberation. It's the freedom within the body. It's the cracking open of the heart. And it's living from that guidance, our innate guidance system. And it's becoming more easeful in our everyday lives because we're experiencing the results of it. And now we're craving that natural high, that innate medicine and healer that we are. Oh, tell me in the comments, are you feeling this? Are you ascending right now? Are you feeling the liberation, the love in your life, the inner resources that nobody else can touch? Now, today I actually am smudging with eucalyptus. It's something very different. I usually smudge with sage, and this is the vibe right here, is the excitement of shifting things around, changing it up, evolving, bringing new energy into the mix. And I brought eucalyptus specifically because this clears stagnant energy, it creates purification after conflict, and it boosts the immunity. These are all things that are very supportive for us right now. From us, the conflict is from ourselves. The immunity is coming in because we have been purging and cleansing these bodies and systems. And that's been happening through symptoms that we've felt physically. And clearing stagnant energy is literally the root of everything. And that, my friends, is where this Cancer new moon is taking us. I need to say that this is sandwiched in between two Capricorn full moons, and that is very, very important because the first one was at 1 degree. The next one's at 29 degrees. The first degree of a sign where the energy bursts onto the scene, where we were really starting to understand the systems and structures that had power over us still. And that those can be coming from our own selves, right? It's not just out in the world or in public or in humanity. This is like what's happening within our own lives. And the Cancer new moon is cracking our heart open. It's allowing us to be confident and strong in a heart-led life, protective of our energy field by cleaning it up. Those are some of the Cancer signatures. And then when we hit the Capricorn full moon at 29 degrees, which is the anaretic degree, that's where we take the determination of Capricorn and we implement, we actualize the new earth way, the new earth soul flow, the living in and from our heart guidance system and saying yes to it over and over, where that becomes normalized or habitual, and that becomes expansive and limitless. So, are you ready for all that? You know what I'm saying? The Cancer new moon is happening on July 5th at 14 degrees of Cancer, and it's happening at 6:57 p.m. Eastern time. Now, anytime we have a new moon, the sun and moon are conjunct, and that's extra, extra. It's the yin and the yang, right? The moon is internal, it's emotional, it's receptive. The sun is external, it's illuminating, it's action in our lives. So this is all showing up in the Cancer signature. And Cancer is ruled by the moon. And so the moon is in Cancer. It's in its home sign. So it's going to be feeling extra strong and powerful at this time. Now, I've been catching some things online, and I see a lot of like, are you feeling extra sensitive in this Cancer new moon? Now, feel into the vibe of that question, because yes, we're feeling extra sensitive in power. We're not feeling extra sensitive in disempowerment, which is how sensitivity has always been viewed. And now we're understanding that it's a superpower. So when I say sensitive, it's like, are you feeling extra sensory in your system? Receptive, right? Like open, available, resilient, adaptable, to be led by your emotionality, to be led through the feelings of the wonderment of your life. Now, Cancer is also a protective energy, and I touched on that already, because what we're learning now is to finally take the biggest and boldest steps in cleaning that shit up. Like, we need to have a pristine energy field, because when we do, we vibrate so high that we actually help others around us heal in that energy and vibration. There's no more power over, there's no more dialogue struggle. It's like we can let experiences and people go when it's fractured energy, and we can rise to the occasion. We can rise to the healing from our own inner resources. And just by doing that, we actually change the entire physical situation, and we hold a new environment for the other to tap into that place of embodied healing as well. This is what we're standing in the power of now. This is what's breaking through in this Cancer new moon energy. Now, the moon is all about receiving. It's about being intuitively led. It's about letting yourself come home to come out. So what is your home? First and foremost, the home is the body, the sacred temple. We are realizing more and more that the natural high comes from a deep place of alignment, from a deep place of clarity, of knowingness of who we are, why we came, our purpose, our mission in this life. And life comes from there. And so when these challenging times come in, when the shadow shows up, or when we even try to disassociate or numb ourselves out with certain substances, it's going to hit so much harder, because our cells are becoming the conduit of clarity for us. The more you transmute or transform or heal these imprints, the conditioning, the wounds, and you start doing it a new way, the more your cells vibrate really freaking high, the more messages you get, the more you become your very best channeler. And everyone is turning on that are living in this intention, that are showing up time and again, that are coming back to alignment, that are making new choices, that are trusting the unfolding journey, that are finding deep feelings of abundance here and now, instead of waiting for that elusive safety or security or situation to finally arrive in their life. Because y'all, so many people have been waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and they live their whole lives waiting. So when we can find that feeling of where we want to go, we find it right here and right now, through the heart, through the emotion, through the vulnerability and the authenticity. And we amplify that, and we enjoy the becoming. We enjoy the unfolding. We enjoy the day-to-day life as we hold the highest timeline and dream and desire. That collapses the space between the two. And that is what I feel like is really available to us in this Cancer new moon. This is where we step into changing from a place of power, or in a place of power, rather than changing from a forced place of pain. Now, feel into those two scenarios. Which one feels better? You may have had some experiences recently that have been sifting you back and forth. And without judgment, can you allow yourself to move through the difficulty or the intensity when the old habitual patterns want to come in and they want to push you from a place of stress, and let yourself ride that out without making any decisions, without reacting for perceived survival, and let yourself feel your way into the softness. Let yourself feel your way into the safety, and then make an empowered decision, take an empowered risk, find your courage and bravery. And this is where we let life happen. Because when we let life happen in that space, it's happening from a high frequency. And that is not something that most of us have been informed of energetically through our cells, through our DNA. We are the ones creating this mastery right here and right now. And it is freaking exciting. Even in the challenge, when we know that there's more, when we live in an abundance consciousness, when we know that we continue to move forward, that the energy continues to evolve, that we continue to change, that there's going to be new opportunities, we can celebrate those times as well, especially when you're in a beautiful community that holds it all for you. Because when you feel held and you feel safe, you move through it so much quicker. It becomes quantum. What do you believe is possible that you have not experienced yet? And what is the environment that you have invited into your life? So this is a great time to clean it up. Clean it up and trust the frequency that will guide you from there. Now, that's a little bit about this Cancer new moon. What we do in these videos is I tap into the energy of the collective during these times of the new and full moons and chat about how it's coming through my intuitive channel. Then I bring up the chart for the new or full moon and I highlight the aspects I'm talking about with the transits. So if you want to read an astrology chart, it's a great thing to really look at your screen and pay attention to. And then afterwards, I typically do a card read that I bring in messages from the guides. And that really helps us to know what to have a heads up about or what to have an awareness for as we continue to traverse these beautiful energies, and how can we work with them in their highest and best potential. Today, I've got a different activation for you. I have been showing up in all of my communities for this Cancer new moon because I'm feeling the ascension and the liberation energy. And we are creating a beautiful vortex and portal for where we go in this Cancer new moon. So you are going to be adding to that. This is the third activation, not the last. There will be one more in my membership community when we have our live call coming up on July 5th before the new moon. So we are creating a portal for so many others to tap into, whether they have an awareness or an unawareness of working with this energy. That's how powerful we are together. So we're going to be doing that today at the end of this video. So I really do hope that you can allow yourself to tap into the healer that you are and what happens when you contribute in this place of deep self-love, beyond self-judgment, beyond comparison, just allowing yourself to be in the magnificence of this moment and the power of consciousness and energy when we bring it together. Sound fun? You in? Right on. Okay, so if you are new to my world, hello and welcome. My name is Lori Reising of the rawandwildhearts.com. Please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and like this video if you're feeling support. Comment below, let me know, let us know where you've been moving through these energies and how it's been landing for you. And share this video with at least one friend. If you're feeling the vibe, if you're feeling like this is important for us to keep tapping into, this is how we continue to shift humanity in big ways. Now, if you want to go big, like I do, Share this on your social media. Tag me on IG or Facebook at the Raw and Wild Hearts, and I will share you back because this is a great collaboration. Now, if you'd like to know more about me and my programs, just head on over to my website, therawandwildhearts.com, or head below and check out those links. I mentioned my membership community, and this really is the membership to be a part of because the women are ascending so quickly here because they continue to show up. They get to push play. They get to be live. They get to watch the replays. They get to have all the bonuses. So whenever you get stuck, you always have a way to move through the energy because you have an entire library at your fingertips to drop into. You have a whole group of beautiful women to really relate to and to rise with. It is absolutely just an incredible space to be in. And it is the lowest price that I've seen of any membership out there. And believe me, I'm a part of other memberships. I get it. And this is how I want it to be accessible for you. And you get to do the embodiment work with me, the integrative work. On these videos, I just talk to you about what's going on, but we've got to get to the root. And when we get to the root, that's where the goods are. That's where the permanent transformation is and the next octave, the elevation and the ascension. So it's called the Wild Heart Ones. You can come and go. Come for 1 month, see how it goes. And if it's really aligned for you, stay. There are women that have been in there for years, and there's a reason why. It is sacred. It is important. It is our magic. So check that out in the links below. And let's dive deeper into this Cancer new moon. What I'm feeling here is the cleansing, the purging, in order to crack open the softness and the rebirth. It's like the rebirth of the heart that's always been there, but it's like the tenderness in power, which reminds me, as I'm holding my heart right now, this is why I wore this t-shirt today. I've got Frida Kahlo on because I feel like she exemplifies the tender, courageous heart in so many ways. Like she lived it boldly. She lived it proudly. No matter what was happening in her external world, she continued to show up and shine through the challenge, because of the challenge, in her innate medicine of art. Not just art, but inspiration. So here you go. Bum, bum, ba, da, 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 da. She is guiding us into the beauty of this Cancer new moon. Now, again, I talked about Cancer as the sign of home. So remember that this sacred space, it needs your time. It needs your love. It needs your attention, and it needs your care. So every time you get a body consciousness message that signals danger, pay attention and say yes by taking the action that helps you move out of the danger and back into softness, back into a place where you can be creative, where you can be the artist that you are. You can be in your imagination. You can be in your visualization. We begin here. We begin in this home, in this temple, and then we move it out into our communities, which is our next home in our field. And we move it out into the earth, which is our true home. We are just these little beautiful extensions of the earth, and Gaia is turning on. She's tuning in and turning up. Let yourself be an extension of that in any possible way that you can. And through quiet, through stillness, is the most easeful way to activate it here and now. I just offered a sound bath last night on Insight Timer, and it was incredible. Do not underestimate the power of frequency, the power of energy, the power of light in your life, because we have been underestimating it for far too long. And if you want to live in the new earth way, if you want to live in ease, in declaration and reclamation, you got to show up. You got to be a collaborator. You've got to be a co-creator. Listen to your heart. Let it guide you. Let it be the thing that helps you jump from the precipice of the stories that are holding you back. And in this space, what I feel like we're really dropping deeply into this week is less words, more feeling, less control, more presence. and you can trust that something big will show up for you from there. Okay, here we go. The sun and moon at 14 degrees of Cancer right here. And we've got a wide conjunction with Venus, which just amplifies all of the electricity of what's possible in this space. Because Venus is the heart, it's the relationships, it's the give and receive, it's the love, it's the sensuality, it's the beauty, it's our values, it's our inner resources. So when we bring all of this Cancer energy together in power, right? When we've been sandwiched with Capricorn full moons, it's like, yes, let the feeling flow through you and let it move you in new ways, because I know that you're experiencing something that you haven't before in your life. And this is where we imprint these new realities into ourselves, into our memory, so that we come back time and again. Because no matter what, we're here having a human experience. We're here to move through contrast, duality, even challenge, pain, and especially grief. And these are the moments that will elevate us during those times. They will guide us through those times, and they will remind us that it is in those times that we are actually the most transcendent, because we are raw, we are unfiltered. So let this come together after the sifting of the voids that we've been in, and remind you of the power of your purpose here, of the power of your choice to be here, and remind you that your heart is your first brain. It is your innate guidance system, and it will never fail you when you truly connect in that space. All right. And then we've got a couple of really nice aspects, which is the sun and moon in Cancer trining Saturn in Pisces. Now, trines are just harmonious energy. We don't really have to work at them, which is beautiful. So this is giving you the discernment in your soul to know where to go, right? This is helping you pretty much purge that leaky energy in your life and let yourself be led by spirit and by the light, right? When you feel that lightness in your body, you know that you're moving in the right way. When you feel the density or the doubt or the judgment, self-judgment or other, then you're in that place of self-sacrifice. And that can bring a Pisces to a place that feels very depressing for them, because they just want to be the full artists that they are. They want to be limitless and boundless and be held in that unconditioned. So this, I like Saturn and Pisces, even though in the beginning it was intense. It's allowing us to have more discernment in our soul and with spirituality outside of us. So you'll know when someone or something is in alignment for you. You'll be told, right? So that's what you want to listen to within the body and what's coming through in your telepathy, in your clairs, in your psychic self, in your vision, whatever it is. And use that as you continue to share your heart in authenticity, but you share it in the spaces that have the capacity to hold it. Because this is where the fractured energy has been for so long for us, is that we've been forcing certain environments or people to try to match us in our frequency and hold all of who we are and what we have and in any moment. And a lot of those people cannot do it. They do not have the tools or resources to do it at this time. So this is the discernment, right? Look at your relationships and realize that they are not all equal. They are not all going to hold that place of power for you. And this is why it's important to invest in those spaces where you do feel truly free to let it out, to connect and share the deepest, biggest, boldest light that you are, because then you get fueled from that space. And then you can actually honor the other relationships in your life and meet them in their frequency. And then we've also got the sun and moon sextile Mars in Taurus right here. Now, a sextile is a harmonious energy as well, but we have to activate it. So Mars in Taurus can be a little bit stubborn, right? Taurus doesn't love to change. Taurus wants to feel safe and secure. But the only thing we have to activate here to really step forward in this Mars action is simplicity, because Taurus is ruled by, up here, Venus. So simplicity, nature, beauty, right? Art, colors, vibrancy, sensuality. Activate any of those things right now, and you're going to be able to take action in a new way. Okay, and the last aspect I'm going to talk about is Mercury and Leo opposing Pluto and Aquarius. And in any opposition, we want to look at the fulcrum point. Like, how do we bring those two energies together and bring them together in like Wonder Twin power to activate? You know what I'm saying? So, Mercury and Leo is your communication. It's your thoughts, your ideas, and your inspiration. And Leo is all about courage and bravery and stepping onto the stage of your life, being led by your heart, right? So let your communication be led by your heart, but not just for yourself. Make sure it's coming in a place of freedom and liberation for humanity, for your friends, for your connections, for your acquaintances, for the collective. Yeah, boom, there it is. Okay, so I hope that was super supportive for you, looking at those aspects, really feeling the energy that's coming up from them and how you can activate that fully into your life, moving through this powerful, powerful portal and time and week. Speaking of the portal, that's what we're going to activate right now. So I have been talking a lot about frequency and vibration and energy, and this is the frequency of the heart. And the seed syllable for the heart is ah instead of om. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be playing the sound bowl, and you and I are going to be coming in and out with Oz. We don't have to be doing it at the same time. This is about that Venus energy, right? Even the Taurus energy of action and the heart energy of Cancer, where we give and receive, and we just allow ourselves to flow, and we tap into all that are amplifying this heart portal for us to move through during the Cancer new moon. And when we move through it, we get the codes and the activation to tap into something so new and so powerful in our lives that I know most of you are already starting to feel. So imagine what we can do as we continue to strengthen this heart portal together. All right, loves, go ahead and just really arrive to your body. Find that stillness and presence and that magic in this moment. As you feel the frequency begin to flow through you, it ripples through your cells, your bones, your blood. Take a nice deep breath in and hold it at the top, all the way into the belly. Expand it through the body. Really squeezing the energy up to the crown chakra. And when you're ready, just let go of any stickiness, any stagnation, anything that's not serving you in this moment. Find your way to the deep presence, the deep activation, the power that comes in this space of softness, of listening, of feeling. Taking another nice, deep, beautiful breath. Expand it, hold it down in the belly. Squeeze the energy up from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Really activating the pineal gland. And when you're ready, letting anything out that just doesn't need to be there. It's expired, it's old. Exhale it out. Really let yourself soften, relax, remember. And on this next breath, we're going to begin that heart opening, that frequency massage, that intonation and connection with each other. Breathe in. And allow yourself to truly arrive now. Feel the energy coming alive in your body and your cells. Tune into your heart. Feel the opening and expansion of every dimension, of every direction. Maybe there's a beautiful light that's moving through like a prism of light that's reflecting, that's emanating and shining light in all directions. Just let yourself drop into the power of this activation, the power of this opening. Breathe it in and soften as you exhale and alchemize. Breathe it in, soften, really integrate. Breathe it in and soften. As you take this feeling, this momentum, and this movement forward with you. Ah, that was so nice. Thank you so much for being a part of the portal that really will transport us to something that we've been creating in the foundation that's ready to become known in matter, known in the physical world. This is time. It's only going to keep getting better and better. The more we keep coming together, showing up, believing, and emanating in that abundant space for all of humanity to benefit from. And one more thing I want to share is the experience that I have coming up called the Next Octave Retreat. It's happening on August 9th until August 13th. It's happening on the most fairy tale, beautiful private property. Oh, every part of this is so intentional and it's so wild in the best of ways. Like, this is a very earth medicine, earth magic experience that's going to be showing up. It's on my homeland of Iowa, where I hold deep ties and roots in this fertile earth. And you're going to experience that. It is going to be absolutely incredible. This is the most intimate retreat experience I've ever offered. And because of that, I'm actually gifting everyone that participates an individual channeling session. This has never been done before, and it is so exciting. You are going to leap in your life. This is going to be an experience that most humans will never go through. They'll never have. They'll never be intentional to invest their time, their energy, their money into something like this, because every part of your life will elevate. We are working with high level manifestation mastery in this retreat. We are working with high level astral connection. We are working with deep guttural earth connection. Like, you will be vibrating like so freaking high at the end of this time. I just wanted to mention it because I have one shared accommodation left. That's it. And it's with the most gorgeous soul. You'll be fast friends. She is absolutely incredible. So if this is speaking to you, if you're like, my cells are coming alive, there's something here, even if you get that nervous excitement, hit me up, send me a message. Let's explore it together. Let's see if this is the experience for you. Because like I said, this is going to be the least amount of money that a retreat with me will ever be, along with the most high proximity, high touch mentorship with me that you will receive. I feel like it's a no-brainer. Are you ready for the adventure of your life coming up August 9th? This is my only stateside retreat, at least for the next year. So if you want to be able to travel domestically, if you live in the States, this is it. But believe me, there are global connections coming into this space. We've got someone coming from Ireland, and I am so pumped about that. All right, I just wanted to mention it to you because I know there's one of you out there that knows that this is the call. You know this is the sign that's coming to you right now. Thank you so much to everyone for being here. Happy Cancer New Moon. Happy heart-led life. Happy ascension, liberation, and freedom from the things that have been holding you back, which means congratulations on now stepping into your power, your purpose, and your passion that you said yes to before you even took this body. You and I are here for a divine reason. And let's keep activating it in beautiful ways together. All right, y'all. Until next time, don't forget to keep looking up.